You got this design which is in front of you as an HTML, and the task is to update the icons. The icons which is coming next to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram terms, privacy. But the catch here is you cannot touch HTML. The only modifications or changes you can do is in your CSS. If you doesn't know how you can do this, then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Neha. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can solve this problem by using CSS Attribute Selectors. So let's start. I have my base HTML ready here. Few things I wanted to call out. I assume that this is the footer section of an application. If you are going to use this particular HTML somewhere else, feel free to change this footer tag. Similarly, you need to also change the heading tag here. The reason is I have put it as H4 to respect the order of the headings. Again, look at your application and change the H4 to some other heading tag. Now, if you will see, this is a straightforward HTML. We have footer, we have 3 sections, we have heading, and we have 8 tags. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to write CSS for this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the base CSS, or what I call is reset. I'm doing margin and padding 0 for all the elements, and then I'm going to set the base font size and family. Now from here my footer work will start. What I'm doing is I'm just doing basic presentational changes where I'm setting up the width, center line, I'm adding some padding too, I'm setting the color to white, I will update the background color. The code for that is E09 C1E. So this is the code which we are gonna use. This is gonna be 0. Yeah. Okay, let's go back and see. If you will see, this is coming fine. Our padding is not reflecting because I did a typo, and you can see. Now if you will see, it is coming in one row. However, our is not coming. So what we are going to do is we are going to use display flex. If you doesn't know about display flex, I wrote a blog on this. I will leave the link in the description and you can read about it. Flex is wonderful and you will start appreciating in just a while. So the moment I will do display flex, now see the magic, it started coming in a line. However, there is no space between these 3 sections as compared to the design. So now again, thanks to flex, we have the property which will just create the space between them. Okay, so this is how flex is very beautiful. Two line of code, and you have single row in which elements are aligned as well as they have space between them. The next thing I wanted to show you, which is again related to flex powerfulness. If I will set the height, you will see the content is stuck to the top. I want it to be vertically aligned. So again, your flex is going to help you, and we are going to use align items. And now you can see that it is vertically center aligned. Wonderful. Next thing what I'm going to do is again presentational. I'm going to pick the heading and make it text align center, and I will also add margin bottom for some spacing. So this is done. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick the A tag and I will just set their color. That's it. And if you will see, this is coming out very well as compared to this one. Now we are gonna talk about the icons. So here, as I told you, the limitation is we cannot go to the HTML and add ID, class, something like that. The only way we can do changes is through CSS. So how we are going to do it? Because if you can change, all you need to do is just put a class here like FB icon. Then you can have here Similarly, Insta icon, you can pick these classes, go to your CSS and write the CSS for that, where you can have the background image of this uh, I, this particular link. However, we cannot do this. So this is out of picture. So how we are gonna do? So CSS selector has attribute selector. Now first, what are attributes? Every HTML elements with extra information about your elements, or that is known as attributes. So here for this anchor tag, href is the attribute. So what we can do is we can pick this attribute. Also, we can access the value of this attribute in our CSS and write the specific CSS to target this particular A tag. How? Let's look at the syntax first. So what we are going to do is we are going to say A tag and the attribute we are going to pick is href. Now we are saying if its value is equal to hash, what we want it to do is we want the color to be red. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into the double quote. Now if we will go back to our page, you will see that all href whose value is hash, their color has been changed. And if you will see, all the A tags right now has the value hash. And this is how you write your CSS attribute selector. Here what we have done is we have picked the exact match selector. Equals to means exact match selector we are picking. So this is what we are gonna use to put to have the exact icon for every text. So what I will do is I will delete this for a while. I will go back to my HTML and I will update the URL first, because this is what we can do it. So this is gonna be facebook.com Neha. This is gonna be Insta. This is gonna be Twitter. So Instagram, Twitter, and what I will do is this is gonna be HTTP and I will put it like terms.html, and this is gonna be policy.html. And here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say CSS PDF, and here I'm gonna say CSS JPEG. Okay, so the URLs are updated. Now let's start writing the CSS. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing, attribute selector, hash and their value, and the CSS. The first selector which I wanted to show you is known as the prefix one, where what we are gonna do is we are gonna target that if any href is starting with this particular value, then it should implement the CSS we are declaring. I think it sounds confusing, so let me put some value here. Now what I want is that whenever our URL, whenever href value is starting with the HTTP, a particular CSS should get implemented. And for that prefix selector, the URL of that is, the syntax of that is this caret sign. So this caret sign means prefix. Now what will happen is I will show you color red. Now if you will go back, you will see HTTP was mentioned in terms and privacy policy. So it was the href value of terms and privacy policy was starting with the HTTP. That's why the color is red. Now what we can do is we can change the icon here. We can put the icon here. So what I'm gonna do is images, and this is the external one. I will say no repeat. I want it to the left side and in the center. And what I will do is I will give it a padding also. So if you will see, the icons are coming, and it is not coming anywhere else because none of the URL is starting with HTTP. I will also fix the background size. I think it requires more padding. So yeah, if you will see. Now you must be thinking that this is not possible, that HTTP will be coming here. Every URL will be starting with the HTTP, which is a valid thing, to be honest. And if you will see what will happen, this icon is coming with everyone. Now how we can fix it? So for this, what we are gonna do is we are gonna now learn the next attribute selector. So what I will do is one more thing, I want to optimize this code right now. So we need the padding everywhere, so keep it. Let's keep it. Now I want to target my Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. So for that we have another attribute selector which is known as the substring match. What it does, it is not just gonna check the if the string is starting with, if the value is starting with a particular value, like in this case this caret means prefix. If any href value is starting with http, implement this particular style. In this substring we do asterisk and we say that find this value in the URL. If you have this value in the URL anywhere, then implement this style. So we will write Facebook. Now if you will see, your Facebook icon is coming. Now similarly what we can do is we can do Twitter, we can do Instagram, and your icons. I think I did a typo here. Let's see what is the href value. Yeah, I did a typo. So let's go back. Instagram. And I didn't update the link of the icons. So let's update this also. And now you can see the icons are coming. Now let's talk about this one where we are going to learn the another one. So here, so far we did the prefix, we did the substring match. Now we are going to talk about if you wanted to implement the CSS based on at what the last at the end of the value. What it means is if you want to check the last value of your href value. So for that we have $ suffix, and what we are going to say is if you have PDF, if your href value is ending at PDF, then implement this particular style. So let me copy this, put it here, and what I'm going to do is PDF. And similarly I will do the same for JPEG. So JPEG, and we have image, and if you will go back you will see that those icons are coming. What we have done is at the end you have .pdf and .jpeg, and this is how you can achieve this particular design and solve this problem. So just to summarize, when you have no access to your DOM or HTML and you wanted to do some styling, you can use the attribute selectors. They are very powerful. This is one of the case. You can use the attribute selectors when you are playing with forms also. That is also very fun, and you can see that how easy it is to do. I hope this video was helpful for you. If yes, share it with your friends. If you learned something new, please let everyone know. Thank you for watching. Bye.